Hello, flat earthers worldwide, people that understand the Pacific Ocean. Of course, the Pacific Ocean is fucking huge. You can't fuck with that, man. No human being or any country can fuck with the Pacific Ocean. It's huge, it's deep, and it's flat. Because water always lies flat, man. It's not gonna curve around a fucking ball. You know, it's not gonna do that. It's not the way water works. And water can be a friend of human beings. Like it can create electricity, like big time. One of the biggest. What gave New York City and Toronto, Buffalo, Hamilton electricity was Niagara Falls. And all it is falling water going through a turbine. And it wasn't easy to build those turbines, but it worked. And it worked good. And that's when you use technology like that. And that Niagara Falls created a lot of it's still creating a lot of electricity. That electricity should be free because we all paid for that years ago. That electricity coming from Niagara Falls should be free to all Ontario and New York State residents, people. That should be free. You should be getting free electricity. You paid for it with your taxes. It's true. And I'll have a beer on that. Yeah. Yes. And I'm very proud of the people that built that system to use a natural thing like Niagara Falls to make electricity. Yeah, it's damn good. Research it yourself. Don't just believe me. Research it yourself. And I'll sing you a flat earth song. Just hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Hold it. Oh, shit. Oh, jeez. I was walking through the forest one day. Oh, yes, I was. It was a big damn forest. Boy, it was big with big trees. I mean, big trees. But getting back to the Getting back to the topic of flat Earth, and of course the Pacific Ocean. Excuse me while I adjust the camera. But as you well know now, oh jeez, excuse me, just that I'm getting a little old. As you well know about the size of the Pacific Ocean in topic, I'd like to talk about the Pacific Ocean and its relationship to human beings on the flat Earth, and it's very serious. It's deep, it's huge, and it doesn't give one shit about any human, whether you got $1 billion in the bank or whether you got 2 cents in the bank. If you get on that fucker and you don't know what the hell you're doing, it will take your life so fucking fast. You won't even have time to shit. Because, it's huge. And of course, there's such things that we could utilize. So for free electricity is tidal wave power and things like that, which is very, very feasible in 2020. There's a lot of other things that are feasible in 2020, like like any government that had half a brain would subsidize solar power for every home. And now solar panels are so cheap, a lot more than when they first came out. Now, I mean, if you put up a couple of solar panels on your house, you don't get no more hydro bills. That's the fact. And of course, your kids, after you die, they ain't going to be paying hydro bills either. That's the fact. It's what you call using 2020 technology for the benefit of everybody. That's right. Oh, yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with gas cars, but wait a minute here. The technology of electric cars has gone so far now that gas cars are obsolete. They're a joke. Once you have an electric car, I mean, if you're working in the city, or they got a mileage now that you don't need an electric car, especially in the city. It's obsolete. Gas cars are obsolete. They're finished. That's it. I mean, if you have a 100 mile an hour, and these electric cars now can do 100 miles an hour, and that's fast. And you better know how to drive a car if you're going to do 100 miles an hour, I'll tell you. But the main thing is that you can have one that can do 100 miles an hour and that you can buy right now. But when you come home from work, you just plug it in and your solar panels will charge it. So the sun's energy is free. They don't want you knowing that. They want you to pay at the pump, and they want you to pay all the way. But that's over with. So I would tell you to buy an electric car, period. You say, well, I live in an apartment. I can't plug it in. Well, yeah, well, that is true to a point. Excuse me. You can, but if you can do one thing, it depends on how big the apartment is, you know. It does. But electric cars are the way to go. This happened with bug and horsey stuff too, you know. It's the same stuff, you know, because these people, but this gas car shit, that's finished. I would say the best thing would be if somebody has, a nice a nice gas car. I say, all right, well, we can just phase them out easily over 10 years, and there's no problem. Electric cars are a hell of a lot faster, hell of a lot more efficient, less moving parts, going to create a lot of jobs. You know, it's just a transfer of technology. And these people think, "Oh, I'm going to lose my job." Well, no, you're not. You're not at all, because the electric cars have tires they wear and everything else, and but they're way more efficient than gasoline cars. I don't want to harp on it because I don't like talking to people that are so confused that, oh, it's electric car. But that's what happens with younger people. Yeah, well, when they're 40, they would have listened. They would have liked to listen to me, and then it doesn't cost them that much money, and the money that they are making in certain jobs. But I mean, the jobs would be immense, creating. The United States, 320 million people, Canada, 35 million people. Well, the transfer would create so many jobs for young people and everybody. And, well, it's a win-win situation, period. And, of course, you'll breathe a lot easier. Fucking right you will. I'm serious. You know. Oh, yes. Yeah. Yeah, like let's put it this way. Um, you know, when you're driving by uh, a big cemetery, you say to your girlfriend, you say, "Holy shit, that's a big cemetery." She goes, "Yes, that is a big cemetery." And you say, "You know what? A lot of people just dying to get in there." Which is fucking true. You can't get in there unless you're dying to get in there. That's an old joke from the 50s, actually. I always like that joke, because the look on your girlfriend's face, your wife's face, it's pretty damn good. Yeah, it's dying to get in there, man. Oh, fucking right, you know, you know, and jeez. But like I say, I mean, the propaganda of this con job worldwide, it's not us humans doing it. It's just it's the crap. They're gonna rip you off for a mortgage, and what does mortgage mean? It's a death sentence. They're pricing themselves. What is this? An old one was a very good one. Is oh yeah, I gotta work till I drop. I mean that is true. I mean shit. You know, it's fact. It's not non-fact. Like getting back to the Pacific Ocean. I mean, and if you understand water, and you could do this in your house or in your basement. If you get, a river comes down and floods, and you floods your house, you go down in the basement. That water in your basement is going to be flat. It's not, your house might be curved a little bit, but the water will be flat. And that is the same as the Pacific Ocean. It's not doing any curving. And it's not spinning. I just, although the Earth is spinning at so many miles an hour, and the Earth is, and the moon is, and we're all going through space, and the sun is going through space at so many miles an hour, and we're all spinning around the sun. Holy fuck, man. One thing that really proved it to me, because I've studied it, for years, and I mean years, since 1960. And the thing is that let's look at the real topic of what they stipulated, and they stipulated this before 1960. This was stipulated by a bunch of people that said this is what it's only 400 years ago. Flat Earth is thousands of years old. So this was a new concept that they all promoted, and that's what you and I learned at school. Well, it's a ball and all this crap. But if you really go deep into it and look into Egyptian history, Persian history, And go into the ancient pictures of star systems. They're the same today as they were then. Now that is impossible. That is completely impossible. Because if we're going at a rate through space, and the sun is going at a rate through space and taking our whole galaxy right up to Pluto and that other planet that they say that's fucking around out there, you know, we're moving. Well, that's like 20,000 years of traveling with this momentum. And the skies are the same. And if you take that into intelligence, those stars, Milky Way, Big Dipper, and all the rest, they should be traveling likewise. So they're moving that way, we're moving this way, wherever the hell we're moving. But the point is, you would have a different sky today than you had 20,000 years ago. But it's the same sky. And this idea that all these stars are thousands of light years away is just some fucking asshole bullshitting your 7-year-old human mind. It's all dog shit. And I mean dog shit. You know, it's just like if you got a pair of runners on and you don't notice you stepped in a pile of dog shit and you walk in. Yeah, you walk in the house, you don't know there's dog shit on your runners. And you walk over a nice shag white carpet rug. Boy, you're going to be doing a lot of fucking cleaning. Well, it's just like this dog shit that they shot us quite a few years ago, 400 years ago. It's all bullshit. Yeah, that's the truth. You know, I mean, like I say, it might hit you when you're 40, might hit you when you're 60, might hit you when you're 70. You know, that's too late, man. You got to get on it now. You got to say, wait a minute, prove to me it's a bloody wet spinning tennis ball. You know, what was another very good one was different pictures of little NASA taken of Earth. My God, like our continents grow within 10 years. You won't get me in that limb. I mean, come on. I wouldn't get in that goddamn thing. And I'll tell you another thing. I don't believe, there's any Van Allen radiation belts. I don't believe that. I looked into it. I thought this is very logical and very, but then I looked into it. And I think Van Allen radiation belts is a pile of dog shit. And I mean dog shit. I don't believe that's true at all. And I'm not religious. Now, if there's a dome, I don't believe if there's a dome over the earth. Well, I do understand a vacuum. I have a grade 13 physics. I know physics very well. And if there is not a dome, the vacuum of space would suck all the air out, and would be like, would be like, well, would be all dead. But now, if there is a dome that was created by the water, because we are a water planet. Now, if the sun, over time, you see, water evaporates. The point is, if it, because we're a water planet, we're 70 to 78% water. So if the sun evaporate all this water, H2O, and it created this dome, it got so, because it would have been a hell of, there's no humans living on the earth at the time. It would be, we're just, this water would just be frying like crazy. The whole fucking earth would be boiling. So it's got to go somewhere. So if that water made the dome, it would be, it would force the vacuum away from our planet, our flat planet. It would force the vacuum away because you can't stop a chemical reaction like that. And water has three chemical reactions: freezing, boiling, and water. And no, another one, gas, which water vapor. And so if the sun, which I believe is close, not 93 million miles away, well, it's boiling all the fucking water. This is a water planet. There's no earth. There's no land. It's all water. And that sun is close. And it's just a boiling the fuck out of this planet. We're not around. We're not even thought of. There's nothing living here, man. It's just a boiling planet of water, H2O. But what it's doing as a chemical reaction, it is putting out a force that is creating a barrier from the vacuum of space. Now, I don't even know. There's no proof that, I don't believe that space is a vacuum, because they never took that in consideration when they supposedly went to the moon. You gotta be fucking kidding me. You're in that little piece of shit and you're trying to travel through a vacuum? That won't fucking work, man. At all. So they're playing two sides of the scientific field. So, like I say, you have to consider what I just told you. I'll have a cigarette on it. But I mean, and how would a sun work in a vacuum? Our sun, how would that work in a fucking vacuum? I mean, they can't, then they come up with this, oh, well, the sun will die in 4 million years. No, I think it's 4 billion years. What's all these big numbers, man? Alpha Centauri is 4.5 billion years if you travel 100 at the speed of light. Yeah, if you travel at 186,000 miles per second, you'll reach the nearest star. Oh, fuck. My God, what is this? It's so fucking nuts. It's right there. If you can see it with your eyeball, what? I got eyeballs that can see what? 4.5 light years away. I can see that? Oh, fuck off. Oh, it could be you dead. Yeah, you're fucking dead. Oh, come on. I do these tapes so that you can go back to grade 12 physics, grade 13 physics, or stuff you took, and just re-gear your head a little bit, going, wait a fuck, wait a fuck, and rethink it a bit. You know, the only thing that kills us humans is fucking war and old age. Fuck, you know. And car accidents, so fuck, shit. So I hope all you humans all over the flat planet Earth have a good Christmas. May Santa Claus bring you some cold beers, a couple of cigarettes, and maybe a nice chicken or turkey or a lottery win. That'd be nice. Fuck. But like I said before, I'm not religious. I don't believe in any religion. Not one. I believe in human beings, not any God and this God and that God and the other God and holy God. Too many fucking gods for me, man. Way too fucking many. There's a God of this, a God of that, a God of a God of a God. Too many fucking gods. Yeah. So to the next time we meet, stay safe and have a beer, have a cigarette. Remember, as far as I'm concerned, the Pacific Ocean is flat. It's not curving on a wet spinning tennis ball. So take care, all. See you again.